This is not something I thought I'd ever see. Because, even Joe Burrow recently talked about TJ Watt, saying he's a special player and, he's an absolute monster. But obviously, I think, Joe Burrow in general would say he doesn't want to play against TJ Watt. Because no matter who you have at the offensive line position, TJ Watt's almost impossible to stop. Well, the Bills' offensive lineman, Dion Dawkins, said his favorite player to play against is Trey Henderickson. The guy who had 17 and a half sacks last year. And the guy who's an absolute animal. So, okay, yeah. Usually not what you would hear, but again, we're going to go into this. He said, I'm very confident in my game as of right now. I think and I know. And if I'm not the best tackle, I'm one of the best tackles in the league. My favorite player that I play against is Trey Henderickson from the Bengals. Trey Henderickson, he is one of the best players that I think just mentally, physically, just does what he does on the football field. He comes out and he plays with no gloves on. That is one of those weird tells that when you come out on the field and you see a player and you're looking at him on the snap and you're like, all right, his helmet is tied up. He has his shoes, his swag check. Let's see what type of player he is. And then you look at his hands and he has no gloves on. For a player that plays with his hands all game, that means he's a real football player. Then he comes and he hit you every single play. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, the reason, I don't know why I read that so slowly, but every rep, every play, he's coming at you. That tells you that you have to be on your P's and Q's no matter what. Interesting. I have never heard a lineman say that they like to play against someone who's very dominant and good. Usually what they say is, I respect that guy. I respect him because of how good he is, but I hate playing against him because he's an absolute monster and, he can easily get past me or he can bulldoze me over and get to my quarterback and my job is to protect my quarterback, so he makes my job a lot more difficult. But I respect him as a player because of that. I've never heard a player say they respect a player, or sorry, they like playing him because of that. Now, what he in sense is saying is that he likes actually playing real football players. He likes playing, another dominant player that pushes him to his limits, that gives him competition, that makes him feel like he's going against the best of the best, and he doesn't have any room for mistakes. And to a lot of players, in order to get to the NFL, I don't say a lot of players, every player, in order to get to the NFL, you have to be perfect. You have to be on your A game. You have to be hitting bars and, hitting numbers and be able to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G constantly, or else you're not going to be successful in the league because there's so many players who are hitting those marks. So I understand what he's saying overall wise, and again, listen, at the end of the day, shout out to him for giving praise to Trey. Trey is absolutely amazing. He is one of the best in the league for a reason. Still wish he had more than 17 and a half sacks last year. Sadly, last game of the season, he didn't get many, and that could have really pushed him over the numbers. But, okay, yeah. I think the glove thing is more just talking about Trey in general, like, his demeanor and how he plays as a player. It is weird to say the gloves thing, like, that guy's not wearing gloves, but I think it kind of shows, Trey's going to put his body on the line. He's going to put everything he has in every single play, and at the end of the day, you're going to get every ounce of Trey out of Trey Henderickson. You don't have to worry about, him not giving 100%. He's giving 3,000%. So, I get it. I mean, again, like I said, it's just a random, thing to say, but I respect it, and shout out to, Dion Dawkins here for saying the positive thing. Because, let's be honest, if we go back to recently, things that Bills players have said, it hasn't always been positive. As when we beat them in the playoffs a couple years ago, they took their turns going back and forth claiming, oh, well, we only lost because of A, B, C, and D. We only lost because of the snow. We only lost because of this. We only lost because of that. So, I think overall wise, pretty good. Pretty good. I gotta give them respect. Respect is due here for, giving us a compliment and saying something positive and all that kind of great stuff. So, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.